Well, out of all places across the UK, the Northwest Highlands has been the place to be for warm sunshine. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Acknagart, Northwest Highlands, 27.5 Celsius yesterday, and this has been the sunniest part of the UK in the last week or so, of course. In yesterday's post, it described California's weather, something similar to what we're seeing in Scotland here at the moment. Much more Florida-like down across England and Wales, and the reason why: lower heights, more humidity, heat, generating lots of shower and thunderstorm activity, and of course we've seen flash flooding as a result of that. Get to the north, over the north of England, and particularly into Scotland and back across to Northern Ireland, we've had a capped atmosphere, warm in the mid-levels, therefore the atmosphere cannot produce the same type of instability as you see further south. So day after day we've seen temperatures into the low to mid, even upper 20s across Scotland. Very little in the way of rainfall in the last week or so. And I do think things are going to change. We are going to start to see heights lower and coming down enough over the next 24 to 36 hours that with daytime heating still being strong, still seeing temperatures into the 20s, we are going to increase the humidity level, cool off the mid-levels of the atmosphere, and of course when you increase the temperature difference with height, the atmosphere has a much greater ability of upward motion and thunderstorm production. That is exactly what we're going to see as we go through the course of potentially tomorrow. If not tomorrow, most certainly on Friday, it looks as if we're going to see shower and thunderstorm activity. So Scotland is going to turn more unsettled, but we're not really losing the heat and humidity that we've had for so long now. Up across southern parts of Scandinavia, we're going to be talking about unbelievable record temperatures into the low 30s in places such as Oslo and Stockholm. So you can be talking about temperatures warmer in Scandinavia as opposed to some of the Spanish beaches, some of the Portuguese beaches. So really quite amazing to end the month of May and the beginning of the month of June. Are we going to start to see this pattern completely change around, reverting back to normal? I actually don't think we are. We are going to have the potential for a little bit of a blip later next week and into the following week, but in the grand scheme of things, the only thing that really changes in the next few days is that we're going to increase our shower and thunderstorm activity across more northern parts of the UK. But overall, I do still think that high pressure is going to be the dominant player through a large swathe of June. So let's skip through the process. Low pressure circling to the southwest of Ireland here. Heights coming down across the UK overall. So therefore, the shower and thunderstorms that have been focused mainly over England and Wales, that will lift north into Scotland, particularly so on Friday. We may see showers and storms breaking out quite widely, but still temperatures warm into the 20s, and of course the humidity level will increase as well. So we start to pull a Florida-like weather pattern northwards as we go through the remainder of this week here. But you can see here as we skip through the course of the weekend, high pressure still remains very, very dominant indeed. So therefore that area of low pressure to the southwest of Ireland hasn't really got an awful lot of influence other than destabilising the pattern, the atmosphere. If that area of low pressure wasn't here, you would have much more settled, calm and warm conditions. But that area of low pressure is essentially what's triggering the day after day shower and thunderstorm production here. So you can see here as we skip through next week, that system really doesn't get any kind of northeastward progression into the UK, sheltered by an area of high pressure. Later next week, however, this may be a bit of a blip. We could start to see lower pressure coming in towards Iceland, the frontal system, cooler southwesterly winds, and a little bit more typical weather for the UK. Does it last though? I don't think it will, and you can see here that another system comes across the UK, and then as we push towards the middle portion of June, high pressure regroups overhead once again. So I think it's a bit of a blip. Any rain that we do get will of course be welcome. The ground's starting to dry out, the river levels are starting to drop, and of course when you continue to maintain high pressure into the first part of the summer, you then of course could potentially see heat wave conditions. So that is very much on the cards as we go forward. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll be back in the next few days with more. Bye for now.